with the same vigor with which it is handling the problems of terrorism and corruption. Speaking at the launch of the Economic Recovery and Growth Plan, the President says his administration is committed to leading the economy to a self-sustaining level. The President assures that his administration remains committed to the social contract it entered with the Nigerian people during his campaign. Those who attended the event include the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, the Senate President, Dr. Bukola Saraki, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Yakubu Dogara, state governors, and some members of the Federal Cabinet. Well, let's get perspectives to this matter now, so you get a sense of what all this policy is all about. Joining us from our Abuja studio is the Director of Macro at the Ministry of Budget and National Planning, and here in Lagos is a policy and economic analyst, Mr. Femi Joe Dagunro. Let me quickly go to our studio in Abuja, where Mr. Tunde Lawa, a director at the Ministry of National Planning. Many thanks for coming on the program. In a layman's language, for a lot of Nigerians who, for now, the issue of the dollar has become a major factor to the food on their table and what they buy in the market, considering the price of commodities. What does this plan mean, just in the simple term, to an average Nigerian?
Yeah, thank you, Sheil. This plan, which was launched by His Excellency Mr. President today, means a lot to Nigerians. First, it's going to assist in restoring growth. As you know, the country is currently, it's been in recession, but this plan is expected to allow for growth. It's also going to invest in our people, as well as to build a competitive and diversified economy. In other words, we are talking about the plan helping Nigeria become self-reliant, to become a country where you grow what you eat, a country where you consume what you make, and you produce what you consume. At the end of the day, we expect that we will have a GDP growth rate of about 7% by the year 2020. Not only that, this plan envisages that we're going to create about 15 million direct jobs at the end of the plan period. So it's a plan that caters for the vast majority of the people. It's going to make the economy become sustainable in terms of growth. It's going to diversify the economy. Currently, we rely on the oil sector, but this is a plan that envisages that Nigeria will become more diversified. And of course, in terms of growth, it's going to be all-inclusive. All stakeholders would certainly be beneficiary of this plan.
Okay, Mr. Lawal, as it stands now, to an average Nigerian who goes to the market and discover that the price of an essential commodity that he or she uses every day has increased from 5 naira to 10 naira, perhaps 100% increase that he has seen in the past 1 year, and he or she remembers the APC promise that the jobs are going to be provided, thousands of jobs, for example, in the shortest time possible. What is going to be the impact on the food price, for example, and perhaps the price of oil?
Yeah, thank you very much indeed. We expect that with the implementation of the various initiatives in the plan, we expect that our projection, if you see the ERGP, our projection is that inflation rate will tend downwards, and by the year 2020, today it's about 17.5% today, as at February. We expect that by 2020, inflation rate will be about 9.9%, single digits. We also expect that with a lot of policies being introduced in the oil sector, we expect that the price, the petroleum pump price, will remain the same. Prices are not going to increase. And this, for us, we believe will help the Nigerians. In terms of cost of living, a lot of investment is being made in infrastructure. This will go a long way in reducing the cost of production.
Mr. Lawal, if for a moment, if we can come to Lagos just for a moment, Mr. Lawal, Mr. Dagunro, you make it simpler. Mr. Lawal is talking about the plan that they've prepared for Nigerians, for an average Nigerian. Does this give any kind of ray of hope that anything will be better, say, before the end of the year?
Well, Shehu, basically, this is a very good and ambitious program. An ambitious plan. There's no doubt about that. And the rhetorics behind it is very good. But you see, like what you're saying is, if you can go to the market or to the street and ask Nigerians about this economic recovery and growth plan, most people will say they don't even know anything about it, or they are not interested about whatever you're talking about. And you are very simply sincere to say, look, what will affect the market prices of what we're having today? This is a long-term thing, and broken down into short and medium term. This is a good plan. But see, for me, is this: when we are going into this ambition plan that needs pragmatic people, it is not that we have never had this kind of plans before. We've had some of these plans before. But what happened to them? After a couple of times you see this plan, nobody remembers them anymore. So what we are looking at, if you have a plan, which is necessary, which is what the people expect even before now, that there should be economic recovery and growth plan. Now we have something, and we're thinking of 2020. It's just about 3 years from now, or less than. So this is not something we can just sit down and continue to talk so much about it. It has to be pragmatic. Now, you heard some time ago, African Development Bank, they approved a loan of about $9 million. And after some time you said, oh, World Bank has approved another loan of 200 million. Oh, then China is going to give us another loan. People want to know, we are taking too much loan, or we are getting an approval for so many billions of dollars. So what have we done with that? What are we going to do with other loans that we're taking? So a lot of explanation has to be made, and there must be transparency in some of these things. So telling us that we will provide jobs for 15 million, fantastic, clap for everybody. But how are we going to provide this job? What are those things that we're going to do to provide this job?
Yeah, Mr. Femi Dagunro, that's exactly the reason why you are here. You are the expert. Mr. Lawal, well, you are one of those who designed this plan, and both of you are going to be giving us a sense, hope, expectation for Nigeria. For those of you who voted the Buhari government and the promises, you are remembering those promises. Take a break, because when we come back, we will talk more about this. How realistic are all these plans presented by President Muhammadu Buhari today? We'll break them down further for you. Stay with us.